favorite senile dog that like to bark at you, but he don't seem mean. I know. I'm just gonna drop this off. That's all I'm gonna do. It's gonna be alright. It's okay. It's the wagging tail that gets me, y'all. It's like, I will happily bite you. I don't want to bite you, but I'm only senile and I'll bite your ass. I swear I'll bite you. Just snip it down. Just don't try to bite me. Don't try to bite me. Don't you do it. I'm not trying to bite you. Come on. Let's drop the bag. Come on. Me and you. Let's go drop the bag. That's all we gonna do. Hey, come on now. Bag it up, buddy. Bag it up. Come on, sweetie. Bag it up. Come on. Hit it back. All right. You did your job and I did mine. But your crazy ass. You ain't biting me with your old crazy ass. Welcome back to another episode of The Business. I'm Joseph R. Wheeler III, the artist, founder, and president of the Honest Con Foundation, and this is all about helping artists to know about side hustles that might help you out. If you want to do this during the holiday season, it's called seasonal PVD or personal vehicle driver. Your car will be stacked to the max like this, and you will be delivering so much sometimes that you'll have to go back to the hub and pick up more. And yeah, it gets a little dirty, but here's the details. What's up, everybody? So here's the deal, right? I'm at the hub. It is one of the coldest days. It is the coldest day I've experienced so far. When and if I use all this footage in a video later, this is the day. This is the Friday before Sunday is Christmas. It is seriously cold. It is now 22 degrees. It was 20 when I got in the car. Add the wind, and you're talking about probably 16 degrees outside for real, because the wind is insane. Every morning you're gonna come and get your packages. Yes, you have to load your own stuff. Any PVD video will tell you that. So I know that must be universal all over you and other companies that do this all over. It's expected that you're gonna load your own vehicle. When I first started, I had to do everything. I had to pull my stuff from the belt and load up. Sometimes you got enough people to pull from the belt, and then all you gotta do is load up, which helps a lot, because then you got time to organize your packages into numbers, because every package has a number on it based on the block or the area of the neighborhood that you're delivering. So you go from the 1,000s, the 2,000, the 3,000, all the way up to the 8,000s in my experience. I'm sure there might be a 10 if you got that many routes, but for me, it's only been up to like 8,000. I've never seen a 9,000 yet, but not that it ain't possible, I'm sure. But yeah, I have a pretty decent route. When I first started, I had some really interesting routes. I had about 3 different routes. I think my manager was trying to feel me out just to see what I can handle. And I let it be known early, hey, I'm not trying to prove nothing to nobody. I can do what I can do, and if that's not enough, let me know. Because I don't want to be walked off. I want to be told, hey, it's just not enough. Okay, cool, peace. But if it's enough, let's keep working, because I'm here for this money. Let's go. So we figured it out, and shout out to that. You know, there's some good management out here, some people who understand when to back off and not micromanage, because that can be a thing, unfortunately, with a lot of these companies that are always pushing their bottom line. They just, go, but then you keep stressing safety, and you keep stressing, making sure you take your time, be safe. Haste makes waste. So you can't do both. You either got to be safe or be hasty, and there will be issues. Like this season, there have been dog bites I've heard about. Luckily, I ain't been involved in none of what knock on everything in my car and wood. I know a buddy of mine, a guy I met out here who got bit by a dog, and I witnessed, the reality of that basically they're not really looking out for you. They're sympathizing. Everybody's sending you a card. If you ended up in the hospital, he wasn't bit bad, so it wasn't bad. But I'm sure there could be, legal ramifications if it gets to that level of you having to go in the hospital. But as long as you're okay, it's kind of like, oh, these things happen. Be careful out there, I was trying to avoid you. And then both of you gonna show up. 2 little gangsters. You 2 little gangsters, what you doing? Can I do my delivery, please? No, you gotta not even point on me, like you hunting. Then you got the other reality of, just the conditions are a challenge, of course. But then the worst is addresses that are not on point. I got one street, for example, that's on my regular route now that I have a regular route. And I like my regular route because I'm starting to learn the streets. I don't even have to put everything in the GPS anymore. I kind of know where I'm at. So I just go, okay, I know I got to do this 100 and then that 100 and then 2 whatever, 3 whatever. You start knowing them, and then you know some of the houses. So I'm like, oh yeah, and I got my little nicknames for some of the houses. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's this one customer, all they order is like car parts and stuff. So I'm just like, oh yeah, I'm basically going to Pep Boys today. Like, this dude's house is Pep Boys, So yeah, you get your rhythm with it over time is my point, and that's the beauty of it. That once you get in a rhythm, it is actually, I ain't gonna never say it's easy work. Ain't nothing about it easy, but it's doable. It flows, and you get paid decent. I'm not gonna say, I have a thing about pay in America and what people deserve. I'm not gonna call it paid well or paid exceptionally well or anything like that. I'm sure I know there's those people who do that on the corporate level that are making googillions, you know what I'm saying? I've known people who know people that are like managers of regions and stuff. Oh yeah, they're kicking major millions, probably hundreds of millions a year, you know what I mean? But for the average, just everyday guy on the belt, loading their car, PVD, the bottom of the totem pole, it's just decent. That's all I can say. I mean, and decent to me is you can pay your rent, you can pay off most of your bills, and you can get yourself something to eat. You know what I mean? Speaking of eating, they don't say anything, but they kind of had this attitude. It's not even, they don't want to get caught in saying we frown upon it, but they act like, just keep going. Again, haste makes waste. Don't worry about food. Don't worry about lunches. Whereas some of the managers understand, no, take a break, have a lunch. So it's a conflict of mental on that within the culture of the company I see. And I hope that changes in the future, because it needs to be just clear across the board. No, people need to be able to stop and eat. We're going to pay you for your lunch. Take a lunch. Period. Done. No matter who you are, whether you're a PVD or in one of the big giant brown trucks, because they sent out a message for the big giant, real show enough full-time drivers, big truck drivers, and said, make sure you take a lunch. It's mandatory. And I thought, okay, cool. They recognize that everybody needs a lunch. Then they said, oh, that was only for the big trucks, not for PVDs. I'm like, yeah, whatever. I tell you what, but I made it very clear for myself in written word. Look, we're gonna do what's right for my body, or I can't work here. So don't nobody challenge me about that, and I take a lunch. And I'm just saying to you, if you ever want to do this, take care of your body, y'all, because they're not gonna be there when the bills from the medical bills come from and all that. All they're gonna be there for is if you're safe enough to get the package to the door from point A to point B, get back safely and return to work again and again and again until you or they decide it's enough. So make sure you take care of your body. Make sure you get what you need. And you can't afford to keep taking a lot of breaks, because they are watching you. They're watching your every move, and they're making sure, like, they'll ask you, where were you at this time to that time? It looked like you took a real long break. It's like I was eating lunch, and yes, I did take a break. Okay, just some places they might trip real hard on that. Here, I'm glad they don't at this particular location I'm at, because if they did, I'd be gone. I'm not going to deal with that. I'm in my 40s. I'm a grown-ass man. I got health concerns. I'm not going to push my body trying to prove something to some manager who I know could fire me tomorrow. It's like, whatever, man. I ain't even here for the long run. I'm here for trying to make up for money I should have had in other ways. But hey, y'all were the opportunity that came, and I took it, because thank you, universe, for an opportunity, But, the goal is to get back on set always. So we're going to do that in 2023 no matter what. Dogs. Oh, my gosh. Dogs are a hot mess. They're one of your number one nemesis. I always think about the late, great comedian from Friday and his character and how he was a, mailman and getting chased by dogs and bit by dogs and all this stuff. And they make jokes about it in the movie, but that's a reality for anybody doing a job like this. If you do any kind of courier job, people's animals are out of control, y'all. And all y'all who got these ferocious animals, stop talking about, oh, they're sweet. They just lick you to death if they could. She don't sound like they want to lick me. They sound like they want to tear my freaking limbs off and chew on them as a play toy. Hell no. It's like, I'm not getting out the car until you come get this package. And if it's too big, you need to put that motherfucker up so I can get you your package, right? That's how it is out here. You got to be careful about that. If you're working somewhere like I am, and where I say Metro Atlanta, you got the city and then you got Metro. It really don't make a difference in Atlanta, because there's places even close to the city that look rural. People don't know Atlanta. Like, if you're from here, you understand what I'm saying. But especially if you're in the metro areas of, north, south, east, west, there's always going to be an area where you can have a cow pasture on one side of the street and modern day subdivision with $500,000 and $800,000 houses on the other side of the street. And then right around the corner from that, you got rundown, old school redneck inhabitants. You got some insurrection type folk with certain candidates that have been gone out of office, still got signs in the yard and all that kind of. Or my favorite is the one that, we will shoot you. Ain't nothing worth dying for coming in here. It's like, yo, it's okay. But some people, is everybody coming to your house a threat, or do you want to get your packages? Because and then the silliest ones is when they get political. Start talking about no Democrats over here, and okay. It can get silly out there, y'all. So be careful if you do this. And luckily, I had a route that had more of that going on, and then when they switched me to my more permanent route, I think I complained enough that they kind of got the message, like, if anything ever happens, Mr. Wheeler is not going to be waiting on our approval to defend himself. He's going to handle his business. So let's make sure Mr. Wheeler is happy where he is delivering packages. So I got a different route, and that was really good. Again, I can't say enough. If you're doing this, I just really hope you find I hope you live within a region where there's a decent hub, because every hub ain't the same. When I first went for my orientation that led to even where I'm at right now, it was in the show enough hood. I'll just put it like that. And it was sad because the differences are across the board kind of similar. Warehouse environments, blue collar environments, you got a lot of people who just feel like they can talk any kind of way, act any kind of way at work, because we're all a bunch of, or at least there's this assumed reality that we're all, a certain type of educated, certain type of ambition folks. And, we're former military, we're roughnecks, we're hardcore street guys, would be in jail if I hadn't had this job kind of folk. Not every damn body, but, and that don't mean everybody who's educated like myself and come from something ain't gonna defend themselves or don't want to be around no riffraff. It's like, don't fool yourself. The whole world knows the world is crazy and is fed up and is ready to protect themselves at all times. So I'll never forget coming out to this first orientation, which was supposed to have paid us for 2 weeks starting that day, and they put us on a long ass delay until they assigned us to our different hubs. So that can happen. That's an unfortunate part of it. They blamed it on the third party hiring company to advertise that they were even hiring. They're like, yeah, that's all cute and good, but y'all always bragging about your reputation and the shield. Let's make it mean something. Let's keep it meaning something, because when I wear this, not only as a worker, but if I chose to wear this, because this hat is mine. The vest ain't, that's theirs, but this hat is mine. They gave me, they give you some swag. They give you some cool swag. I like it. I'm a fishing, hunting kind of guy, so I like that. I was like, oh, that's dope. Hell yeah, I'll wear the hell out of that. You get out here in this stuff, and like I said, it can be a real riffraff environment with a bunch of lowly minded folk. I know I got friends from the show enough hood, but it's a choice to be an asshole. You know what I'm saying? Everybody ain't got it. You don't have to play your trap music loud as fuck at work in the morning on the line. Like, it kills me when they do that here. And this is not even, the hood where this ain't the hood at all. This hub I'm at is not the hood, but that's the worst part of it. You got these folks who might be from the hood, and some of them ain't even from the hood. They just perpetrating the fraud, and they want to play their little mess. And then you got the other side of it. They want to cuss all loud all day, and every other word is F this, F that. Then the other side is in this, in that. You can put it together and guess who I'm talking about. Both of them cuss, but one of them is adding M-bombs, and the other one, no, they can't go there. So they just F this, F that for everywhere. Even when they happy, it was a F and then an F and that. Man, I cuss, but that's ridiculous. When they say cussing is okay, but not every other word, these are the people who are the example of why it's not okay. And this is supposed to be a professional environment. It starts feeling hostile because people start talking about politics, sports, religion, and even money matters are things not to be discussed in regular conversation with people you don't know, around a bunch of people you don't know. They say this all the time. Why do people not know? This will lead to fights and arguments. It's guaranteed. So I just keep a low profile. When all that is around me, I'm head down, eyes to the box, which is pretty much where I'm at and what you should be with this job, to be safe. As they always stressing safety, I go back to all of the stuff they teach us about that and just focus on safety, even for, who I deal with and who I'm going to allow in my space. And when you keep quiet like that in environments like this, most people leave you alone because they know there's a lot of ticking time bombs in these environments like this. Like I said, a lot of former military and people like that, they know not to check. They're not going to test. They're generally not going to test. But I can see at some of these other hubs, and I've worked UPS before, and when it's more hood, and the other one I worked at before was real hood, I was like, yeah, you can't do this too long. It'll mess with your psyche. So, you know, if you are hood and you think all this is funny or whatever and cute, y'all do you, but I promise you this. Here's the reality that is coming, right? As these companies become more technologically savvy and robots become more of the norm, your job, if you want to do this forever, your job is counted by the day and the seconds. And all that time that they let you get away with playing trap music on the line and cussing and calling each other ends and cussing every other word, you're gonna be gone because the robot won't be doing none of that. It's gonna be quiet and efficient. And if there is a mistake, compared to your number of mistakes, because humans getting bit in the ass by dogs. We had a crash where a lady was on her phone and it was really bad. I'm talking about totaled the car. She on a damn live while she driving. I'm like, oh, I mean, stuff that I knew people are doing all this stuff, getting in crashes, but when they get fed up, they have meetings and they tell you the details because they don't want this to keep happening. So when they start dropping that stuff, you know, oh wow, it's bad. Like, come on, y'all, what y'all doing? Hurry up. So and you're doing that hurry up, like, you know you're gonna get fired if we don't see the numbers. And I mean, when I worked before, anyway, bad, y'all. And the manager, we had to walk the line. It would be so funny. I was working with a guy one night and he said, I said, man, how we gonna get all this stuff? It was stacked to the ceiling, right? And he said, it's all right, Wheeler, back up, man. He jumped up like he was doing a doggone slam dunk, got the hand on the tip of the top box, boom, tumbling. You didn't hear TVs and all kind of fragile stuff crashing. Here come the line manager, walk by, and it was like that scene in Shaft where Shaft was beating down that drug dealer and the cops passed by and they gave him the nod, like, and he did the nod back like, yeah. That's all I'm gonna say about that situation. So when you come from having seen that, now mind you, yeah, I'm not gonna say the UPS then is the UPS now, but if all I ever saw was that, and then I come back and y'all still rushing people and there's all this haste, regardless of the waste it makes kind of culture, this undertone where, like I say, some managers don't do that. They stress the safety. They on the side of, they know the other side of the haste. They've either been hurt, they've had too many people get hurt, and they don't want to see it. So they always forcing that. And they don't care how long it takes you to do the job, just finish the job. Real, protect people's lives and their health. And they'll do a great job. It may take longer, but y'all got the money, so pay for it. So there it is. That's my sermon. And I hope y'all got some honest truth out of it because I ain't got nothing else for you because I'm trying to keep artists alive who just need something on the side during the holidays to make a little extra money because that's what it should be about. You know, I'm for art life. So if you're an artist, I'm militant about that. And I'm militant about us maintaining. Artists need to survive. And there's certain jobs that can help us do that. This could be one of them for you if what I'm talking about sounds like it's right for you. Try it. I was trying to avoid you. And then both of you gonna show up, two little gangsters.